Hello everyone, this is Animation4. Welcome back to some more TechnodeFirmaCraft. So I am down in the dank depths of a cave, mining up some gold, and I actually just noticed something really cool. So we're in a cave, right? And caves echo. Isn't that so awesome? I just want to click buttons. It's so cool sounding. And I have to go up through these. Dang it. This one looks normal. Almost. Uh, so, just down here, mining up gold is a bit more here. Sounds. I found a cave in my gold pocket. So while I was mining, there was a random cave in. I didn't know what it was. Apparently, it was this cave. You know, caving in. Which is pretty cool. I haven't really done much caving in this world. And when you cave in TerraFirmaCraft, you go prepared because there aren't many caves. And when you do find them, they're really big. Looks like this one actually caved in on both ends. So you get all the mobs. That was scary. Luckily, this caved in on both ends, so we don't need to worry about that. Anyway, getting some gold because I need it. I'm all out. The gold I have from where I got the cows didn't last very long. Less than enough to make the black steel. But there's a nice vein here I found during my excavation. It's only like 1,000 blocks away. It's an average vein, average quality, and it's a pretty big vein. And it's caving in a lot. There goes that ore I was about to mine. Oh, here, I got this. Ha. Yeah, so looks like I got most of. I really should be doing that well in here. There's no support in this cave. Where I've been mining has been I've been putting down supports, but I'm out of supports now. So I can't exactly support this cave. That echo is so cool though. So yeah, there's some gold. Just pillar out. Ha, get it? Pillar. It's a support beam. It's almost a pillar. Yeah, and we can go make some stuff with this. And I'll turn off the shader. Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of calculations and stuff here for the trek into red steel. So it gets very complicated. Basically everything requires the previous. So that's a red alloy. That's not red steel. Red steel, this stuff right here. Red steel ingot is from a high carbon red steel ingot. So for every red steel ingot you make, you actually have to weld a weak red steel ingot with a black steel ingot. So my goal right now is to make 20 red steel. That's my goal. That'll get me an anvil and a few tools. So 20 red steel. So I need 20 weak steel. Yeah, I should check my numbers. Somebody started to calculate that. 20 weak red steel and 20 black steel on top of that. It's lots of stuff. The weak steel is going to be half black steel, 50%, 15% rose gold, 50% brass, and 20% steel. So that's another 10 black steel, 3 rose red, 3 brass, and another 4 steel. So I then decompose what it takes to make the black steel, and here are the final numbers. We need 30 pig iron, 22 steel, 6 nickel, 6 black bronze, which would be 3 copper, 1.5 gold, 1.5 silver, 3 rose red, and 3 brass, which are going to be made separately because they don't come out to nice numbers. But basically lots of steel. 52 pig iron, 22 made into steel. Is this one. Yeah. This makes 12 right here. So this'll do it. All this made into steel. Actually, no, this is going to be 60. Give me some leftover. I'm fine having leftovers. And I'm sure this is done by now. Yeah, so I'm going to dig me up some charcoal. I don't even have a steel shovel. I should really make a steel shovel. Probably I'll make a black steel shovel while I'm at it. Dig up this charcoal. And start making 52 steel. I might time-lapse it. That'd be pretty fun. Yeah, let's time-lapse 52 steel. I just want to get the not steel-making part out of the way first. Are you ready? I'm Steve. Dang it! Are you ready anyway? Here's all the things. It's all good. Big stack of black steel, little stack of steel, and the other stuff I gotta throw in. Final step. There it is. Beautiful stack of 20 red steel ingots. I need 14 of these. Yeah, 6 left over. It's fine. These 14 can become the new anvil. So you just gotta smelt them up. And the cool thing about steel, if you didn't know, anything that has a melting point of brilliant white, which is pretty much anything past iron, will not melt in a crucible unless you pump. So if I leave this, these will turn to yellow white and flash between yellow, white, and white. They will never melt though. So that's a handy thing to know. It was really helped when I was making these ingots, because I had to have steel ingots in here. No, it wasn't steel. No, yeah, it was steel. It was steel ingots in here and black steel ingots in here, and they just kind of sat there until they got to their point where they wouldn't get any hotter. So just a little side note. So these got to heat up, got to weld them together, and then we'll get a new anvil and expand the anvil wall to the last point. Yeah, because it's as big as it's going to get. No more anvils after this one. 7 red steel double ingots. Red steel anvil. Oh, yes. Put that right there. Put this one over here now. Where'd it go? That's on my back. It's hard to see. Like, it's black on black. That goes there. And that completes the anvil wall. So, 6 ingots are left. Obviously, one of them becomes a hammer. Two of them become a bucket. Because we can now make a bucket, which is great. And we can now put water in buckets and move water source blocks. That takes a red steel sheet. This pick's still fine. I might want to fast one, but red steel's really expensive. So, yeah, that's going to be the first 3 at least. I'll have to figure out what I want to do with the last 3 after, but I do know these 3. So we're going to do these 3 first. Click. So, shrink something punch. Shrink, draw, punch. To hit. So hit, shrink, draw, punch. There it is. That took way too long. Bend, bend, bend. Interesting. Bend, bend, bend. Draw, medium hit. Draw, medium hit. Bend, bend, bend. Tsunami. I got a red steel bucket. Yes. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Give me the water. Oh, man. Oh, man. Put down the water. Oh. Oh, there's water here now. Oh, I could make like a pool. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Not having that ability for like 20 something episodes and finally getting it. Oh, it feels really good. I'm going to give the animals like a little drinking pond and other stuff. I could fill in the thing over there. The thing down here that's like flowing water. Right here. I could make that a straight through thing so I can ride my boat right through. Oh, so good. So good. This is such a good thing to have. Yeah, still 3 ingots left. I still don't know what I'm going to do with them. So, now that we finished the red steel, there's some other stuff that I've been working on. I kind of mentioned it a little bit before, but haven't really done anything since then. I think I actually only mentioned it last episode. Maybe not. Maybe it was an episode before. But, yeah, it was definitely last episode. Metallurgic infuser is still a thing that has to happen. So we need a stack of iron to be made into 16 double sheets to make the 2 blast furnaces needed for the infuser. I'm actually pretty close. I got 55. All the iron I've had over there, every now and again I just throw in 24. It took me a while to remember the number. 24, and I get 18 ingots out of it. I did that like 3 times, maybe 2 or 3 times. Not much. Still got plenty left. This is just a little bit small amounts. But the biggest problem is I need charcoal. This is all the charcoal I have on me right now. This is all the charcoal that exists in my... Oh, there's 11. This is all the charcoal that exists in the world. 13. 13 charcoal is all I have to my name. And that's not a lot. I kind of need more than that. There's 4. There's more cooking up, but my supply of wood can't exactly support the amount of charcoal I need. So basically, charcoal put simply, the coke oven brick is the most efficient way to get charcoal from wood. Every wood becomes half a piece of charcoal. But it's slow. It's really slow. It does 1 log at a time, and that log takes a while. The next way to make charcoal, the only other way to make charcoal, is with a charcoal pit. It's less efficient, but it's faster, because 16 logs go into a block. You get here. I have 2 blocks tall, so that's 32 logs. Usually ends up becoming about 10 on average charcoal. So that's 3 logs per charcoal instead of 2. So it's less efficient, but it's faster. And I need lots of charcoal quickly. So I'm still going to be using the coke oven, but I want to focus on getting lots of logs for the pit. So I have a little bit of a plan. So the best logs I have are obviously the Douglas fir. That's why I'm using this for everything. They look hideous, and a lot come from a tree, and a few other reasons that I'll talk about in a little bit. Basically, right now my Douglas fir wood cutting setup is good, but not ideal. Show you it. I think I've shown it a few times in videos, but I haven't really talked about it. Basically, here's the expanse of the saplings. What is this? 6 by 5 or something? Some weird dimension of saplings. I got this ladder going up right here for basically scything the leaves, because the leaves are always really high off the ground. Come up here, I whack them a few times. And for the most part, the other good thing about Douglas firs, they give a lot of saplings. I don't know if it has to do with the fact there are more leaves, because it seems like they give a lot of saplings for the amount of leaves they have. So I have an abundance of these saplings. Obviously, I still need to get more as I chop down the trees, but you only need to shear. You only need access to not that many trees to actually be able to get enough saplings to refill it. Okay, so the idea behind my plan is this. You can see right now, not all the trees are grown. For the most, some of them have days remaining, like 4 days remaining, but a lot of them say this: clear space for growth. Actually, I don't know what that one is. Like that, clear space for growth. That means there's not enough room for it to grow, obviously. So with these trees, it's very hard for them to grow right next to each other. So that's 2 blocks away. That's really hard to do. It can happen sometimes, not very often. But for the most part, it's not going to happen. However, this is fine. Having 5 blocks in between is fine. So you want to space them 5 blocks apart, straightwise. The problem with that is, I then have to go around and chop down every individual tree. So like I chop down this tree, and I get these logs. That's too slow. That is way too slow. The good thing is, when they are diagonal, which I actually don't see any diagonal right now, so I can't prove my point, darn it. When they are diagonal, say there's a tree right there, say that tree, this tree right here is grown, and I chop down this tree gets chopped down too, because it's within the game's range for chopping down trees. So, what I gotta do, basically do this. Remove every other sapling to make this, that was right, kind of grid-like pattern, so that only every other tree can grow. And this right here isn't going to work, because the saplings that were down here were not growing at all, because there was stuff in the way. So my plan is, picture an arena kind of. There's big stands around the outside, and a bunch of trees in the middle. That's basically it. Nothing crazy complicated, but it should be really efficient. So I'm going to grab some materials. Nothing's going to be too fancy. It's just a tree farm. But let's see what I can whip up real quick. Okay, so this is the plan. It's going to go from basically in these torches. And I got to thinking, we have this fancy red steel bucket. Let's do some stuff with water. So each of the planting platforms, which are going to be 2 diagonal from another one, are going to be suspended above a flowing water stream. And yeah, so when I cut them down, they'll basically, for the most part, fall off. I'll lose some. I'll have to see if it's worth it to have a path to go pick them up, but I'll get most of them that way. Also be good for picking up saplings and stuff. So yeah, that's the plan. Currently, it's laid out as a 23 by 29, and it will hold 32 saplings. A nice even half stack of saplings, which is a little bit more than this holds. But they'll all can be grown at the same time, which is the big thing. So now I have to dig this down probably about 2 blocks, just so I can get a reliable water stream going. And we'll go on from there. I have to figure out what I'm going to do about this. I think just something like this. Use dirt. Alright, that's it. It is complete, and it is amazing. I just removed the water because I was doing a lot of work underneath and I didn't want to keep getting blown away. But I just gotta dig up that thing and the water will run. And this is the tree farm. So it's 32 dirt blocks separated evenly amongst the 23 by 29 space. And there's walkways in between that are 1 wide planks. And I'm pretty sure, last I checked, you can't really get an item caught on one of these planks because they kind of bounce. Never mind. You know, I could just be wrong. From what I remember, they used to bounce. Maybe it's 2. Something. I don't even know anymore. Either way, it's a small area, and I'll have to go between them anyway to get. Really? Maybe I have to do something special because over there items bounce. It might be like a certain distance apart that it works. But regardless, really small area for them to land on that won't catch them, I guess. For the most part, they'll be gotten. I just gotta run through and plant the saplings, all 32 of them. So these individual posts are also, they serve a double purpose because besides letting me plant them, they also hold the dirt in place. Otherwise the dirt would fall off these maple blocks that's floating. And you have to place both sides of the planks before you can place the dirt, which is what I was doing earlier. And then I just have a little fancy designed walkway across the outside. And I just run back and forth and plant saplings on the dirt blocks. And once these are all grown, I should be able to just chop one of them. And then all of the, well, I'll shear the leaves. Or do the leaves. And then all of the logs and saplings, everything, should fall into the water stream, which I'm about to dig up right now. And last thing, see this little brown bar right here? It's actually really important to prevent the water from turning into ice. Especially since it's winter right now. I came over and half the water was frozen. But just putting this little plank across the top, even though it doesn't get in the way, prevents that from happening because it acts as a block above it. So there we go. There is the Douglas fir tree farm, and hopefully this makes getting wood a lot easier. I do have to make a gathering thing over here. There's no gathering path that all the logs flow down at the end. That actually looks really cool. But that'll be later. Yeah, you can see everything slowly flows down the water stream. But yeah, that's going to have to do it for today's episode. But recorded this way too long. Thanks for watching, as always. I'll see you in the next one for, hopefully, Metallurgic Infuser. That's what it's called? Yeah, totally. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.